There's no thoughts in my brain, David. Got none.
You got nothing? Your notepad's just for taking
I,
notes.
yeah. Actually, I did from our last one of our not our most recent one, but I think one from like a month ago. I wrote down the date, and then here, let's see if I can. There's no notes on there. There's
Oh,
nothing there.
wonderful.
Most of the time, I don't prep for these. I just kind of shoot off the cuff, and then if I think of something cool and my juices are flowing, then I'll write something down.
Yeah, I mean, half of these are I say, like, 3 of them, 4 like, 3 or 4 of them were I was listening to the Underdogs podcast. I don't know if you like, they're,
Yeah.
like, these Australian guys that play video games or whatever, but they do a podcast, and I've been listening to them a lot. And they do, like, goofy little segments and little questions, so I stole some from them. Um, got some that's just actually probably half of it for them. I got, like, 2 that are news ones, and then
You got copyright.
yeah, well, I don't think no idea is original. But
That's true.
what I have been doing and what could be, the lead in for us this week is I got this book probably 2 days ago, and
My
I'm
gosh.
halfway through. Like, honestly, I think okay, so I haven't read many books for fun recently, right? Like, I've been trying
Yeah.
to get back into reading pretty heavy, but it's been mostly like, some Dostoevsky or some like more nonfiction stuff. So
Mhm.
pretty bland stuff. And like, I'll try to read like a law case or whatever. And like, I can read it, but it's not like
Not
exciting,
fun.
right? But I read a few months ago. I read Project Hail Mary. I think I talked about it in the podcast, and that was pretty good. Very engaging. Saw the movie last week. Pretty good. Ryan Reynolds did a good Reynolds or Gosling. Can't remember the difference between the two. Whoever it was,
Puzzling.
Gosling, I think. Yeah, did a good job. Good movie. But even as good as that book was, and like I think we talked about when we did the Dune discussion with Aiden. I've never really been like a sci-fi guy. Like I don't have anything against it. It's just never been like my genre. But this
Mhm.
book has hooked me like beyond like what most books have in a long time. Like this is like I can't remember if you were the one who made the comparison, but like I haven't been hooked on a book like this since like Percy Jackson in like elementary school.
Yeah.
Like
For reference, Dave held up a book. It's the Red Rising book by Pierce Brown. He's had the book for 2 days and he's over halfway done.
yeah, I forgot we might have audio listeners. Um, yeah, Red Rising. Um, I think what I will say is it feels less like obviously it is sci-fi, right? It's got was it like at
Mhm.
least 700 years into the future, and it's um spoilers if anyone hasn't made it past chapter 3 or whatever. But it's it's a, definitely sci-fi in a sense, but I think it
Mhm.
feels very almost like young adult, kind of like just the old books I used to read, like the Percy Jacksons, the Ranger's Apprentice, the things as a kid, the
Mhm.
Harry Potters, like it's just that like adventure, and I think like the
Mhm.
world building is so fun. Um, and I think the nice thing that this brings over, for example, Dune, right? Like I think like Dune's great. I had a good time reading it, but like why I've had a much faster time getting through this and like just been hooked on it, it's because it feels like you don't have to understand the world as much to enjoy it, right? Like whereas Dune, it's like you hear like, oh, this phrase, the Bene Gesserit or whatever, like the super niche
Yeah.
thing that they made up. Like you're like,
Muhad'Dib.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
like,
when I
I
remember
have to understand that.
when I was reading Dune, there was an encyclopedia on the back, and then I would have to constantly just like see a word that I had no idea what it was. I would have to flip over to the back, read the encyclopedia, and be like, "Oh, Muhad'Dib, space mouse, got it."
Mm. Yeah,
You could just say space mouse.
I like the fact that this one, it's like it'll throw in the flavorful like vocabulary, right, that they use for
Mhm.
their time or their world, but you generally can accept like the few words that it doesn't explain because it explains most of them, or you can kind of get it through context. But the few that you don't, you can kind of just be like, I kind of know what that might be about, but like it's not so integral to the story. It's more just like flavorful, and I've been enjoying that immensely. Very
Good,
fun read.
good. I figured you'd like it. So I will say it doesn't really dabble on the sci-fi too much in the first book. The first book is so unlike the rest of the other books, and it's one of the when people like power rank the books from like worst to best. The first one's typically put closer to the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah, so
interesting.
get ready. The second book, masterpiece.
So
I cried, I laughed, I visibly got shivers when reading that book.
so I got a
I haven't had that since I was, like, in middle school.
so I got a quarter of the way through. Yes, I was a quarter of the way through yesterday. I got another quarter of the way through today. Quite a while. I was
Mhm,
like 10 minutes late. I was gonna go make rice for dinner tonight, and then I
mhm,
like ended up reading like 3 extra chapters. I'm like, oh, I have a prior engagement. Um, but yeah, so I ended up yesterday. I ended up just pulling the trigger and buying the other two because originally I was like, yeah, I'll probably read it this summer.
mhm.
I don't want to take too much stuff home when I have to move home. And then I was like, I can't read this one and then just be because I'm gonna be done with this week. I'm like, I cannot be
Yeah.
stuck waiting for the next two.
I was doing a book. I would The first 3 books, I probably read them 1 book a week because
There's
they're generally easy reads. Like, and they're he does this wonderful thing where he does cliffhangers or something happens at the end of every chapter, so you're just like, "You can't not stop reading. The good part's about to happen."
I it's nice because it doesn't feel rushed. Like it's I think it's covers like large swaths of time, like
Mhm,
the 2 month time skip or whatever, right? That it has in there, but it doesn't feel like it's rushed, and it feels like there's um just a really nice amount of detail in all those. So it covering such large periods of time and big plot points, uh, very concisely, and yeah, it's addicting. There's I did see because when I was buying the second and third one, saw there it says trilogy, but there are more, right? Like he ended up making more.
yeah, so the original 3 could have ended off as a trilogy. I don't know if it was ever like, it was planned for a trilogy, and then I don't know if there was, like, a hiatus in there or what happened, but then at some point when he was wrapping up 3, he was just like, "There's more of a story here that I can tell." So then he wrote, after the original 3, there's I think just there's 3, so there's 6 currently out with 1 more on the way, and the 7th one is to I think it's coming out in May or early summer, and that should be the last book.
I've got a good one again. It is
Yeah.
nice like being in on a series relatively late because after you told me about it, I was on the phone with Steph and I was like, yeah, I just got a package. It was raining, but luckily I grabbed it. And I was like, oh yeah, look like I'm gonna this book. It was like Red Rising. I was like, how'd you know? She was like, I saw a red and black cover and my brother talks about it. I was like, oh okay, interesting. And then my buddy came over. We were like grabbing dinner and I was like, yeah, I was just reading this book. You like sci-fi? It's with Red Rising. He was like, yeah, like half the people at the team I used to work at. He's like, yeah, half the people there have already read that. He was like, that's like huge in
Mhm,
that community. So like, I didn't know this was like such a phenomenon. And I'm getting
mhm,
basically like, I'm like the late adopter, but
mhm.
it's kind of nice that that I'll be able to enjoy the series as a whole.
It's very nice too because what I've noticed is that it's a book that kind of like the Harry Potters and Percy Jackson books that we used to read when we were younger. You tell somebody about it, and if they decided to read it, they'll continue to read the series. And it's a book that you could easily recommend because it's like 300 some odd pages, so it doesn't take that long. The story gets you within the first like 4 or 5 chapters.
I think what it does really well, like not to crap on Dune, but like what it does really well is that it doesn't take forever to build up the world. And like I appreciate a good world building, but like it
Mhm,
lets you discover. I mean, I think just by the narrative style, it lets you discover the world as like the protagonist does. It lets you
mhm,
ex- basically explore that as the story goes, so you don't have to be like. I think someone once told me like, 'cause I've never read Lord of the Rings. Someone was like, "Yeah, the first 200 pages are a tea party." Right, so I'm like, "Okay, well, like, I don't really wanna read that." Like, that's that doesn't interest me.
yeah.
Um, I don't I don't know if this is something you have. So, I'm one of those people that, like, I can envision things in my mind, or, like, I can picture the whole thing, like, picture an apple in your mind. It's like
Mhm,
certain people see it more realistically, or some people can't picture it at all. I
mhm,
can I'd say I'm on the side of the spectrum that can picture it pretty well.
mhm.
But I will say something about books I don't like is when they spend like 2 full pages being like, "Hey, this landscape," and they'll talk about the trees in the valley. I'm like,
Yeah.
like, I don't really care. Like, tell me who's
I
killing
that's
who, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I get the picture that you're trying to paint, but like I can paint that picture for myself. If you tell me that there's a garden and it's beautiful and it's nice outside, great. I've got something in my mind.
Yeah,
So I'll like set the
I
scene.
honestly think I think part of it might be because, like you, I prefer to think of it in my mind, like build the world myself, rather than if you're like the chandeliers hung down like this and there were eight and all that. Well, like you're
Yeah,
leaving nothing to the imagination at this point. Like, I
yeah,
don't need to.
yeah. Just tell me what it looks like. Tell me how big things are, so I can kind of get like a scope of things. Kind of understand like if you tell me that like a ship is a large ship, okay, like how large are we talking? Like 500 feet? Are we talking kilometers? Are we talking mile? Like how big are we talking? And then just let my mind run crazy from there.
So I will say I was thinking about going into it like not like a deep discussion, but like a quick talk. But then I didn't realize that you'd already read all of them. So any question I ask is probably just going to end up spoiling myself. Um, but
I haven't read all of them. I'm on the fifth book now.
yeah, I guess I'll just bring up what I was so like as I was
Yeah.
reading. It's interesting because I think it hits a good balance of not being too preachy with a message, but also still having like a the parallels or like it has the commentaries on current for them past, but like for us current events, right? It'll be like
Hmm.
topics about like how the ruling class of this current age hates democracy and it's an evil and it destroyed
Hmm.
America and the world and all that in the world. So like it is interesting, and I think that I'm I guess it'll probably be explored. I mean, I'm sure it'll be explored further, but
Hmm.
like I'm trying to as I'm reading it, it's because it's like it's criticizing democracy and it's saying that all men aren't created equal and it's saying all of this, right?
Hmm.
But as I'm reading it, I'm like, I mean, not just me thinking this, but like even the protagonist and like a lot of people in there like kind of portray it's like, these people are like portrayed as the villains, but like they kind of have a point, right?
Hmm.
Like they're not wrong about
Hmm.
like the critiques on. I think there was one line I just read a few minutes ago. It was like, yeah, she's like Caesar or what they used to call presidents, like a tyrant, like a necessary tyrant in like disguise, basically.
Hmm.
So I think like it is interesting that they hit the balance of like it's the people you're supposed to dislike and the evil people, the ruling class, but
Hmm.
like they're kind of speaking facts when they talk.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. There's I don't know. The story does a very good job of, especially with like the main protagonist, as he goes along in the story and realizing like, okay, maybe they had a point. Maybe some evil is necessary for the sanctity and for the worlds to run well. Um, but at what cost? And like how much extra spending and how much extra luxury does one class get to have over everybody else? Because there's legitimately like in the series, this isn't like a spoiler or anything. There's just a caste system. You have golds are at the top, and then you have reds at the bottom, and then there's 7 or 8 different colors in between. And if you're of a lower class, you really don't communicate with the class above you, and they're biologically different beings altogether. They're barely human.
I want to be an obsidian. I want to be
Yeah, of
nine
course you
feet
would.
tall and have 8 fingers and eat 300 pounds of solid muscle. That'd be
Yes, yes, and be psyoped by the golds. You haven't gotten not a spoiler, but basically everybody's psyoped by the golds.
yeah. I don't think I've exactly gotten there, but I'm
Yeah,
very excited. We won't
because
dwell on too long, but very
because
very
you
engaging.
where are you at in the story right now without like giving too much away?
Um, so they're doing like they just entered like the institution or the academy. I can't remember exactly what
Oh,
they call it,
cool.
right? So they just
Okay.
passed like the first test.
Hmm.
And now they're in the valley and like the different like the 12 houses are like
Hmm.
doing their conquest. So like he's the main character, Darrow, he's fighting they're struggling with Titus at the moment. That's
Oh,
the current
yeah.
conflict. So
Oh, Titus is a good one.
yeah, so
Um,
that's why I got like 3 extra chapters in and not put the book down.
Titus is a good character. For as little that he's in the story, he's a good character.
Oh, spoiler.
Not a spoiler. Not a spoiler at all.
But
You'll see as the story jumps around because it's mainly up until the fourth book. The perspective is always Darrow and who he's around closely with.
oh,
So
okay,
if he's not close friends with them, they don't really enter the story that much.
that's what I did. Like one of the few
They
things
make
that
like they make like random appearances every now and again.
like one of the few things that got me that I had to like go back and look through was the leader of the house. I can't remember what his name was all of a sudden. Um, the House Mars guy, the doctor.
Mhm.
But he like it was like I remember seeing to a point it was like, oh, this house chose me, and this guy smiled. I was like, it said his name. I was like, this guy smiled. I was like, who is this guy? So I had to go scroll through like the past 50 pages to try to find, and like all it was like it described the guy and it said it was like 4 words. His name was this. I was like, okay, I missed that
Yeah.
one line. Or, like I didn't think much of that one line, and it cost me like 10 minutes of. But still, very good book overall. Um,
Yep.
highly recommend to anyone who hasn't heard of it. But it seems like I'm on the late train of that one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great book. The only so I'm a quarter of the way through book 5 right now. Um, 1, 2, 3, great, perfect trilogy. It could have ended there. The fourth book isn't the best because it does the thing where like it has to like reboot itself after there was already like a story. There was the climax. The story basically ended, and they have to do like a small little reboot. The fourth book is a little bit more slow, but the payoff at the end is very good. And the fifth book has just been fire the entire time.
I think in general, th- I'm pretty big on like this is more of a broad spectrum, so moving a little past the book itself. But I remember talking to my buddy AJ, and he was like, he's big on like the Avatar movies, right? Like he's like for some
Mhm.
reason he's like huge on the Avatar movies. He's been trying to. I think this
Crazy.
weekend we're gonna go see or like he's making me finally watch Avatar 2. He wanted to watch 2 and 3, and I was like, I'm not spending 7 hours watching the movie. I'm like really not that
Yeah.
invested in.
Yep.
Um, but like I did have a stance. I was like, I don't think most I don't think most book series should go past the trilogy. And like
Mhm.
I think the vast majority should not go past the trilogy. And I think most movies should not go past like two, maybe. I think like maybe you could have two, like unless it's a book adaptation. I think like
Mhm.
two movies is maybe three, like a trilogy. And then shows I think should end at like three, generally.
3 seasons.
Like I think I mean obviously you have I think most of the greats are outliers, right? Like I think,
Mhm.
the if we're talking shows, you got Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, like specifically that are like 5, 6 seasons. Um,
Mhm.
obviously you got Harry Potter, like things like that are well past 3 books.
Eight movies. Yep.
Yeah, like, but I think a lot of people just love just more content of the world. I'm like, at a certain point, it's just whoever's making it trying like just to squeeze more out of this world, and
Mhm.
like it just feels more desperate. I think it's because I've seen so many shows that like went past their prime, right? Like I remember when we
Yeah.
watched Cobra Kai, or when I
Yeah.
tried to watch Peaky Blinders, I was like, past season 3, I'm like, this is the same formula they've been using for the past
Yeah.
3 seasons. I'm no longer engaged at this
See,
point.
I had this exact conversation today with one of my patients. We had up on the TV, we had Impractical Jokers on, and it was the newest season of Impractical Jokers. And we're both sitting there, we're just like, we both agreed. We enjoyed watching the show when it was first coming out, but then it kind of loses its taste after it's after year 5 of being on the air. And after Joe left, it's been
I was
different.
about to say they lost Joe like
They
on the
lost Joe.
show, or
Yeah. I feel like at that point you just cancel the show and you just be like, whatever, we had a good run. It's been 14 years. The show's been going on for 14 years.
it's interesting because like there's such a I mean I get it right from like a studio perspective or something for like shows and movies. They're like, oh, we need to finish the story out, but like something will happen. It always happens when there's something happens with like an actor, right? I think I was talking to my buddy Derek about it. I guess the Into the Spider Verse like
Mm-hmm.
voice actor. There was big like controversy with him, and got
Oh, there is.
canceled over. Yeah,
Didn't
he
know
was
that.
like uh, reportedly like harassing other voice actors and
Oh,
stuff like that,
great,
making
wonderful.
unwelcome advances. Like, and they were like, okay, we're gonna try to make one more. We're gonna replace him and just like wrap up the series. Right? I'm like that like is what you should like. I get you probably should make another one because, it's unresolved. The story's unresolved. You got a little more to explore. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to can it after you lose an actor, right? And like
Mhm,
so many shows and movies do that where I mean, not even like I'm a big Rick and Morty guy. Like I remember watching the first few seasons when that was like big. But like I think what Dan Harmon, I think like
mhm, I
whatever
think.
like like the big producer and like the voice for like most of the characters got canceled or something and they just kept producing it. Like
Mhm.
replaced all the VAs with him. Like and I was like, at a certain point you have to just cut your losses, right? Like what marginal benefit are you getting out of like ruining the legacy of a show or a movie or books when you just extend it? Like when you just keep shoveling out just crap, basically. Like Fast and Furious. That's always the example I give. Fast and Furious.
I don't know. I'm bought and sold on Fast and Furious. I love it.
Oh,
I love it
dude,
right now. It's so funny. It's such a goofy movie.
I
It's such a goofy series.
think I've seen one, two, and three, right? So I've seen one, two, and three, like
Yeah.
the originals, like Tokyo Drift, great, all that, right? And I think I
Mhm,
saw seven. It was whatever when they were like in the Arctic. Like
mhm.
I think Statham was already introduced. Like they were already like these um these drag racers were already working for the CIA or something at that point. And then all like it's just every time. I mean, it's such a joke. Like it's a joke, right? Like
That's why I like
it's
watching it. I always like seeing what impossible stunt they think they can pull off, and make it still like make some people believe that it's somewhat realistic. Um, I forget what number they're on now, and I forget what movie this is from. But they had cars in space. They had cars on that had grappling hooks that connected themselves to helicopters. They did jumps between volcanoes.
skyscrapers was
Uh,
one of them.
the skyscrapers was another one. So it's just funny. It's just dumb, stupid, funny. Um, oh, who's the main actor? Vin Diesel. I've seen Vin Diesel take on 15 guys in body armor and beat them all up. I've seen him rip concrete with his bare hands. I've seen him pull down a metal door that was like kind of like a safe door, just bolted down. Just comically funny stuff and unrealistic.
I mean, like, some things are about fun more. Like we had the conversation about like things like solo leveling or Demon Slayer. It's like it's a fun watch, I guess, but
Yeah. You don't repeat it. You don't go back to rewatch it and be like, "Man, I really enjoyed the story. I can't wait to go back." No.
so I'm not all that to say, I'm not super excited to watch Avatar 2 and possibly
Yeah.
3. Um a reboot after what 16 years or whatever they did, but whatever.
I don't know. It looks pretty. I don't know if the story's there, but it looks pretty.
I mean, that was the whole appeal of the first. Wasn't that the appeal of the first one? It was purely the CGI. It was like that was why everyone wanted to watch it because it looked good. It was like the
It
CGI
looked
was
good.
like
It was in
revolutionary.
3D. It was in 3D and IMAX. They folded. I think James Cameron was the first person to like fully come out with like IMAX capable technology to be able to like maximize the screen.
I mean, I don't know. People like what they like. I guess I won't yuck someone else's yum.
Yeah.
That's on them. But I like what I like. I like Red Rising. It's one of
Yeah.
my recent
It's
vice.
good. It's good. Um, what other TV shows? Invincible's back. I wish they put more money into animation as opposed to voice actors. That's just me.
I haven't seen
Uh,
it. All I've seen is like the clips comparing Jujutsu Kaisen versus like it'll show like a clip of because I haven't even caught up on JJK the anime.
yeah.
Obviously I read the manga, but I'll see like a comparison between like Yuta's fight scene and then
Hmm.
like the JPEG of Mark flying across the screen, just being
Yep.
moved across the screen. I'm like, oh, like I don't want to watch this. Like I have no desire to watch this.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you realize one studio, it cost them $2.5 million, and the other studio it took them 150,000 dollars, and you're like, one's infinitely better than the other one. So it just shows you that putting money towards a thing doesn't always make it better.
Do you think? Do you think they're see? Here's my thing, right? Like, do you think they're ever going to be like, oh, we need to quality. We need to finally like just stop throwing money at marketing and voice actors and like, or do you think? Because I guess part of me wants to believe like, okay, they're gonna look at a show like a lot of Japanese animation where they're like they put a lot of effort, a lot of time into it, and obviously there's the whole issues with the animation. um,
Yeah.
workforce or all that, but basically slaves. But
Yeah.
like part of me wants to believe like they're going to look at that and hear all the critiques and be like, okay, we need to put more effort in, we need to do all this work. But then part of me also thinks that there are just too many people on Earth, and that like someone's going to consume that, regardless of how much time you put in it. So you might as well just put a minimum in, right? Because
Yeah.
what got me thinking about it was, and I don't know if we've talked about this before, but streamers, right? I've never understood the appeal of watching streamers. But, like, I guess streaming is like one of like the biggest, uh, what you call it, like a influencer or like a content creator thing these days.
Mm.
And like people make entire careers off of just sitting there watching a show and reacting to it. Like I saw a clip from the Underdogs podcast where like one of them was talking about he was curious. I think XQC is like the biggest streamer, or I don't know if that's still accurate. This podcast was a
Yeah.
few years old.
He's up there. He's up there.
But like they were like, yeah, I tuned in to see, why they paid him like $10 million contract or something. Or no, it was like 100 million or something. It was an absurd amount of money, $100 million
Yeah.
contract or something. And they're like, yeah, I tuned in to check it out. And he was just watching The Dark Knight in just complete silence. He just had The Dark Knight playing and just sitting there in complete silence watching it.
That's awesome.
I was like, so like at the
Come
end of the
watch
day,
this
like
movie with me.
people, I think that's the thing is like I'd like to hope that the quality of things goes up as like competition and all that. But there's enough people on Earth that'll consume any podcast, any any show, any stream, anything that like you can find your niche, right? You can find your low effort niche, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, all the people that are watching streamers are people that are like middle school or younger for the most part, or you get the occasional high school student that pops on in, but it's kids that have infinite amount of time and have unlimited access to iPads. What else are you gonna have them do?
Where do they get? Are they just like donating their parents' money? They're just
Well, a lot of the streams are free. You can watch for free.
yeah, but like where are they getting all these donations and all this money and stuff? Like they get like random
Parents
five.
credit Parent
Yeah.
credit cards. I don't know. I think it's all circular. I think all the streamers they get they get paid from donations from parents' stolen credit cards, and then the streamers will actually hop on other people's streams and then like donate money, and then there's view botting in there that also plays a factor, and then basically it's just you have these companies that sponsor these people. I don't know. It's crazy. I don't get it. I want to get into it. It'd be cool just to sit on a stream and watch a movie
What would
and
you
say
what would
nothing.
you what would you do if you were a streamer? That could be our first question. What would your stream be?
So like, I did watch. Um, I never really watched many of his streams, but I'd watched like his clips from his streams. There's a YouTuber and streamer known as like Doug, and basically all he does is just he does a whole bunch of different things, but he did like video game challenges. He does like a little bit of like coding with AI, and he would basically just be like, what happens if Napoleon Bonaparte takes on Donald Trump in um, a war simulator? And it's basically just like you have like AI slop just talking back and forth to each other, and he's just like the moderator. That'd be kind of cool.
So you would just copy him, you think? Just content
I
for
don't know.
content?
I don't know. Or it's like you can really do something like that. It's cool because like he does something that actually requires effort. Like he'll stop his stream and just be like, "Guys, I got to code real quick. Hold up," and he just takes like a quick like 30-minute code break, and he's just like, "Okay, I think I fixed it. I think I fixed the bug in the program," and then he starts it up again. So like, there's actual work that goes into it, and the content is new and unique. You don't see anything else like it on the internet. Or you could do like the quick and easy thing and just like I don't know, just be reactionary to other people's videos. Pull a full like what is it, moist critical.
I mean, yeah, he made an entire career out of that. But like
Yeah,
I feel like I don't know. I don't know what I'd do.
I don't.
I'd probably do little games, little game challenges.
Yeah, I find myself in like a weird niche where like I can't play video games for that long. I start to get headaches, so I can't just become like a pure gaming channel. I can't react to things that much either because I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, dang, this is nice. I like this. That
It
would be
takes
my
effort.
entire
It takes effort
commentary.
to be. I think it legitimately like this is not me saying they work hard or like
Mhm.
it's harder than like actual labor, but like it legitimately does take effort to have that much energy and like make something up to say about every little small
Yeah,
minutia.
to 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 put on the character. Like, I don't know. I don't know what character I'd wanna put on, because a lot of times I just wanna be, like, chilling. I don't know. Who are the other big ones? There's, like, Neon. Neon basically just goes around to other celebrities and bothers them. He's like a little troll.
I was about to say like I think most of like the like I haven't seen any like but I've might have seen like 2 or 3 clips of the kid, and it's just
Yeah.
him bothering people. Like, it'll be him, like, bothering Bradley Martin or him bothering someone else, or,
Yeah,
I think that's most streamers, right? It's just, like, if they're not sitting there reacting or playing video games, they're going out in public and just bothering people and just trying to get their
yeah,
reactions, right?
yeah. Whatever gets the most amount of clicks. Or I don't know, maybe I would just be like a food person. Maybe just do like a I'm just gonna be like an IRL streamer and just like take my camera with me and just go eat in public. I don't know, but then I would feel like a menace to society.
That's the thing is you can't have any sense of shame or, like, self-respect or, respect for other people to be a streamer,
Mhm.
right? Like, to be a, like, IRL streamer. Like, I think I don't know, it'd be fun for me to, like I had the thought of being like a gym influencer guy, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna post
Mhm.
videos or like I'm gonna like, do the Sam Sulek thing. I thought of doing the Sam Sulek thing before he did, even though he's bigger and more successful and smarter at the whole game than I am.
And on drugs, but okay,
Yeah, well, and
continue.
on drugs. But like I thought about doing that, but I was like, yeah, I'm not against like the work, right? Like the editing, the thinking of some fun content or whatever. It's not that that I'm against. It's just I don't want to be the guy bringing a tripod into the gym. Like I've
Yeah.
been going to the gym for 8 plus years, like 10 years, but like 8 years consistently. I'm like I've been part of the culture too long to like want to be on the other side or like to be one of
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah, because you see those guys in the gym and you're just like, man, I hate you already. You've done nothing to me, but I just already don't like you.
Like,
You're ruining my peaceful time.
yeah, even if they're not like because some of them aren't the worst, or like some of them are like they just set up their little tripod on their machine. Like they're not taking some of them don't even take that long, but like they're just do their thing. They're not being overly obnoxious. And I still hate them. Right? Like they're like
Yeah.
even if you're not setting up your tripod in the middle of the gym, like taking
Mhm.
up space, it's just like it's just the fact that I think you're not there to do the thing that everyone else is there to do. Right? Like
Mhm.
you're there to do the thing, but you're almost more there. You're really more there to get to show people you doing the thing. Or
Mhm.
like it's yeah, I'm big against I don't like where gym culture's gotten. I think gym culture back in the bro science, Bradley Martin, Larry Wheels era was like better. Right? I think Sam Sulek was good. I honestly
Yeah.
I think Sam Sulek net positive on
Yeah.
fitness culture, like gym culture. Like he got a lot of people into the gym. He got a lot of people into just lift heavy, train hard kind of mindset.
Mhm.
But I think there's so many influencers now where it's like they've turned I mean, like you mentioned, like guys like Neon, right? Where they just bring in random people and they're like, we're just gonna be a nuisance in this gym. Like this entire
Yeah.
video is a joke. And we're going to
Mhm.
like show off a guy messing around at the gym and just taking up machines and just
Yeah.
being an absolute menace to everyone else. Like that's such a terrible shift in the culture, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not great. I'm trying to think of like the peak days. Like when I was in middle school, what's his name? Do you remember the name Brad Castleberry?
I remember yeah, I the name is definitely familiar. Yeah.
Yeah. Who else was big? It was like Brad Castleberry when Rich Piano was still alive. Who are some of the other OGs?
I think
Uh,
you got into gym culture probably like a few years before it, like a little bit before me,
yeah,
because bro
yeah,
science was the big one when I came onto the scene. Bro
yeah.
science, Bradley
He
Martin,
was
Larry
big.
Wheels.
He was big, and he did something cool and innovative, and it wasn't really like lifting. It was just kind of like, hey, I'm going to talk about this topic while in a gym and do
It's
some
just
like goofy
comedy. Yeah.
comedy sketch. It was good. It was good. Yeah. Now everybody just is just going into the gym. They're recording their workouts, and it's just like, okay, great. You're showing me how to do a tricep pull down for the millionth time. Congratulations. You're doing the form wrong, but good for you, bud. Proud of you.
You hear Bro Science is retiring supposedly?
Is he?
Saw a video. I was like, oh, I haven't watched a Bro Science video in like probably 5 years minimum. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll click on this. It was like, oh, like the end of Bro Science or something. And he's like, yeah, I want to retire. I'm gonna give away my channel to, it doesn't have to be a gym guy. It doesn't have to be a comedy guy. You talking. Just send me a clip
Yeah.
at my email of, and I was like,
Should we send a clip?
maybe we should send him. I was like, imagine you're like a Bro Science fan, or you're one of the 2 million subscribers or whatever he has, or it's probably a lot more than that. Um, and then like one day you click on his channel, you're like, I want to watch some old videos, and it's just us. It's just us on
Yeah.
Discord, just yeah, talking about Red Rising and Fast and Furious.
There's just 100 videos of us before you get to any bro science content.
I feel like we might be in danger at that point. Like there
Maybe.
might there might be a revolt if you showed up to Bro Science Life and we were the faces of the new channel.
I think we'd have to adapt our content. I think we'd have to try to do our best impressions.
Yeah, we'd have to both play characters and like make it a comedy thing for sure.
Yeah. I can be the dumb one.
I think we're already both the dumb one. We just we gotta both be the dumb. I think the funniest clips I've seen of podcasts are where like both are kind of the dumb one.
Yeah. So we got to be stupider. Stupider than we already are, Dave. Speaking on the stupid podcast now, give me your thoughts on the Iran conflict that's going on.
Yeah, let me know your ideas on the geopolitical climate.
Our gas price is going to be going up. What are your thoughts?
Trump, Trump.
Good
That's the only
guy.
word. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
good guy.
yeah. I'll just throw out, Burke and Trump and all the
Yeah,
words.
yeah. No, I don't know. I hope the conflict ends soon. Gas prices are getting high. I have to drive into work, so doubling the gas prices in 2 months kind of sucks.
Or they're starting to send people over there too. I'm like, sucks to be you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. I've got a couple people that I know that have um, been deployed, not to Iran specifically, but just to surrounding bases.
I month and a half from, I mean, it'll be 2 weeks from when this podcast drops, but month and a half for release. Um, that I'll be out. I'll be
Yeah.
fully out. So I'm very excited. My parents are happy. Um, I think generally, what's funny too is this was actually a thing I wrote on my notes because I was talking to my parents and they were like, yeah, we're happy you're not going over there and that you're getting out. And I was like, it is interesting that like I feel like the military is one of the few things where like if you don't grow up in a military family and like that's what your family does,
Mhm.
like it's not that's the only area you have prestige, right? That's why like some people will be like, oh, you don't want to stay in, you don't do this. I'm like, no, because like I don't have any level of prestige in my circles back home about this, right? Like it's not like me being just a lawyer in general, even if it's not like a very successful, like just a lawyer, they'll be like, okay, you went to law school, you're a lawyer. Or like if you're in the medical field, okay, any medical thing, you're like you did that. Whereas like
Mhm.
military, it's like only if you're
Like an
in a military
admiral, and
family.
you're
Yeah.
you're leading the ship.
But even like even that you can say that to like someone on the outside and be like, "Oh yeah, I was like an admiral," like, and they're like, "Okay, cool, you were in the military." Or like they look at you like the same 18-year-old kid who enlisted and never went to
No,
college.
no, no.
I think that's because you might have some more idea, right? I think the vast majority of people, if you tell them like, "Oh, I'm a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or something," like
Yeah.
carries way more prestige
It,
than
if you
spending
continue
20
to
years in the
read Red
military.
Rising, if you continue to read Red Rising, you'll want to go back into the military. You're gonna want to become an admiral.
If I continue to what?
If you continue to read Red Rising,
Oh yeah, the imperator of a fleet.
yeah, it's gonna be you.
Yeah,
A whole fleet behind you.
I I just think that as we said before, people who want to do that, they got to screw loose. People
Yeah.
who want power got to screw loose in general.
Mhm. Yeah. Facts. Yeah. Hopefully it ends soon. I know that there's 3 big world leaders that are giving talks today about the Iran crisis that's going on. Trump's giving a talk. Australia has already given a talk, and then the UK Prime Minister is giving a talk.
At the end of the day, I guess it just matters what Trump says because the U.S. can veto any UN thing, right? Isn't that like a whole thing? The U.S. has like veto power over any like UN
Oh, I
action.
have no clue. I have no clue.
I remember hearing it was like something about I think it was something with Iran and Israel, right? Like, and it was like everyone voted against it, and then the U.S. was like, actually, we veto you guys, and
Yeah,
it might be UN. I'm pretty sure it's UN. It might be some other committee, but
it's probably the UN.
yeah,
It's probably the UN, not the.
but the U.S. was like, actually, no, and then everyone's like, because everyone just looked at the U.S. guy because they're like, he holds all the power. So
Mhm. But it makes sense. I mean, we're the country that provides the most amount of funding to the UN, so it's like if it's. I think it's more if it's not directly implied, it's secondarily implied by the fact that we have the money. So if we're not putting the money towards it, then it's not going to happen.
just a bully on the playground, just
Mm,
the rich kid on the
just the
playground.
rich kid. Mm-hmm. The rich
Yeah,
kid with nukes.
rich kid with nukes. Oh,
Let's talk about something more cheery.
more cheery. You want me to pick one of my fun questions off of this list?
Yeah, go for it.
I got some just fun ones, just some goofy ones. Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready
Or
for it.
maybe that'll get us canceled. Um, would you rather you have to kill one, right?
Okay.
Actually, okay. Since I know you would kill if it was one versus one, just
Yeah.
directly. How many 100 IQ people, average people, would you kill to save an 1,000 IQ octopus?
I got questions.
Okay. Uh, okay. 1,000 IQ octopus, friendly octopus,
Okay,
versus 100 IQ people.
and we can communicate with the octopus.
Yeah, 1,000 IQ, like determined in like human terms. So this thing can communicate.
Okay. It's got 8 legs too. It's got 8 appendages. Do so much writing and work.
Wait, I can't even. How would you even contextualize like 1,000 IQ, right? Because like the highest ever recorded is probably 200s, right? Like low 200s, high
Yeah,
hundreds,
you know
right?
how that scale works. You know how that scale works. It's like once you're over 150, there's not really a good way to measure
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Like I don't really know if there's like a really good contextual. Like I don't know. It's not. Surely it's not linear, right? It's not like okay, this thing is 5 times more intelligent than the most intelligent human
No.
to ever lived. It's probably
Yeah.
magnitudes more intelligent.
Are we talking? Is it like a fourth level being? And can it just like see the future?
Think at a
That's what I'm
thousand IQ
imagining right
you
now.
nearly could, right? Like I think 1,000 IQ you would be. I mean, that's what I think people imagine like artificial general intelligence as, right? So it's an
Mhm.
octopus that has like the highest level of intelligence we're ever going to see out of a being,
And he's
basically.
a good guy.
Yeah, he's a friendly guy.
Okay. How many would I kill to save
Because
him?
I guess this is the question of like the whole evil of like optimization, right? Like you could say like
Yeah.
what is it that whole like the pleasure demon or something where it's like
Mhm.
this thing gets pleasure. How many people do you sacrifice so it gets
Mhm.
pleasure? But like this this thing could essentially do
This is a
basically
crazy trolley.
like an
This is a
infinite
crazy
amount of good,
trolley
right?
problem. This is a crazy trolley problem.
Yeah, I mean like it's a trolley problem except like instead of the guy on the track curing cancer, it's like this guy
I'll
on the
put it
track
this
who likes
way. I'd put it this way. I kill the octopus. I believe in human supremacy.
you kill the octopus.
Yeah.
You could potentially save billions in the future by curing all diseases with this
I don't know that.
octopus.
I don't know that. This is all theoretical. You know how IQ works. It's all potential. It's all potential, man.
Yeah, but how many average people rival the potential of that?
All these average people be using AI.
How about let's say this technology in general, right? Let's say there's
Okay.
one piece of technology and it's AGI, right? It's artificial general
Sure.
intelligence. How many people
Sure.
are we sacrificing to keep that? If these people don't
25.
die, we lose. that capability forever.
Let's kill AI. We need to return to monkey.
So you'd still kill the octopus, even though you're against technology. This octopus is.
No, I don't know. It's a hard thing.
I mean,
Um,
surely you'd kill. Surely you would sacrifice 10 humans for an octopus that like has basically god intelligence, right?
Here, yeah. Let's go back to the original question. Let's think about this. What's the ultimate good that the octopus could do? Probably cure cancer. That's millions of lives right there. It could probably create a cigarette that wouldn't cause cancer. That's like a billion lives right there.
Like
Uh,
create alcohol that doesn't give you cancer. That's even more than the
alcohol with
cigarettes.
no hangover.
I'm
Screw
sure.
it.
I'm,
Or
I'm glad
kill.
you got your priorities straight.
Okay. I just had to think. I said to activate my third eye.
You got to think
Mm,
like the octopus.
mm, I might do the call me Aaron Yeager. I'm about to kill the rest of the world.
I'm, let's say this. Let's talk in percent of population, right? Would you give up 10% of the
Okay.
population to give it to for being that could essentially cure all disease, like cure all curable diseases, and like solve, you know, hunger,
Yeah. Yeah,
homeless,
I'd
all
make
that.
that deal. I'd make that deal.
50%?
Going full Thanos. No, I wouldn't go that far. I would say I'm gonna go with like a solid 15%.
You wouldn't give up a quarter? You
Nah, I
wouldn't
wouldn't
give
give
up.
up a quarter. I wouldn't just give up China. It's like just putting a nuke on China. I'm not gonna do that.
I think if it were like I mean, I think if you were to like
Can, can,
optimize
can
it,
I
right?
can I choose who I kill?
I think this might land you in deep trouble. Choose- yeah, let's start naming
I'm just
countries we
gonna,
would get rid of for
no,
this
no, no,
octopus.
I'm gonna go with states first. Ohio can go. Goodbye, Ohio.
How about California? We'd be losing a lot from California, though. We'd be losing a lot of like content.
Yeah, no, we'll keep California.
New
It's
York,
pretty there.
it's all. New York's all like the
Yeah, we can blow up New
1%.
York. New
Yeah,
York,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. New York can go. Let's just go back and forth here. Let's just start naming states that we
Okay,
get
yeah,
rid
yeah,
of.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so just a by the by, I'd probably give up 50%. I'd say 50% is like around my cap.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean you're more future minded than me. You sacrifice 3.5 billion now to save hundreds of billions later.
yeah, yeah.
That's
Okay,
fair. It's a lot of
so
blood in my hand. I don't know, but it's at the same point. If we're talking in the billions of people, what's another billion? You know,
yeah,
if you're already going that far, just leave a billion left. How about this? I changed my answer. I would go up to like 85%
yeah.
for sure. Just keep everybody in the U.S. safe,
Well,
minus
I don't know
Ohio.
about everyone in the U.S. New York.
Okay.
Okay,
Well, now
you
we're
go.
talking about the states. Okay.
All right,
So
all right.
I said Ohio. You
Let's
said New York.
let's go like five each. All right. Well,
Let's
we'll
just
take out.
let's go back and forth. Let's go back and
Yeah.
forth. I want to see what
Mhm.
our answers
Okay,
are.
New York,
Okay. Um. Oh, this is hard. Washington, D.C.
Washington State. Oh, I was like Washington State yeah, DC. That's a good one. Um, New Jersey. I
What's wrong
can
with
pump
New
my own
Jersey?
gas.
We just don't like the East Coast from the sounds of it. Let's go. Let's go. Washington State.
Um,
No, I take that back. I take that back. Oregon.
fuck,
Oregon.
you took mine. As soon as you said
Yep.
Washington State, I was gonna go Oregon.
Yep.
Um, mm, Florida.
This is okay. Mm, let's people. Let's go Oklahoma.
Homa. Are we?
It's
What,
it's
what
it's
what's your
it's essentially last place in every category. Every positive attribute a state could have. It's last or like second to last in every single category.
Virginia?
yeah,
Not while I'm here.
yeah.
Yeah, this is assuming we're like we're safely in a bubble above the U.S. sighting.
Yes. Okay.
Last pick,
Where
make it
else?
count.
I know.
I mean, surely like the South, I feel like you could drop some of them, right? Like I think the South,
Oh
or I
yeah.
think
Actually, let's go. This is personal bias here. I almost got mugged in Atlanta, Georgia. So we'll go with Georgia.
so. Georgia and Florida are both gone.
But to be
Um,
fair about that story, to be fair, I was filling up gas at 3 o'clock in the morning, so I was kind of asking for it.
asking for it. What were you wearing? Um,
Sweatpants.
um, I think my final pick would be Mississippi. Too many mosquitoes and too many
Oh,
skeeters and gross
it do be
casinos
humid.
and
It do be humid down there.
yeah. So so ra- so let's recap. So mine was New York, Virginia, Florida, Mississippi, New
Mhm.
Jersey. Those are my five.
Hmm. I had Ohio, Oregon, Washington D.C., Oklahoma, and uh, Georgia.
Let's go two more each.
Okay, okay. Uh, my turn.
Yeah. Pulling up a map phone right now just to
It's like, what are the states again? Let's just get rid of Maine.
see. I was thinking that, but Maine I've heard is really nice. I've
Yeah,
heard Maine's really.
that's where all the rich people go to retire.
That's true.
Maine.
Um, gotta say Arizona.
Okay, go with New
I mean,
Mexico.
yeah. Well, I was thinking New Mexico. I was like Breaking Bad helps, but yeah.
That's fine. It's just
I
a
think we're just
desert.
taking. I think we're just taking out states that like we feel like aren't as impactful anymore, right? We're definitely not showing a bias towards Indiana, which would surely be in the top five of most people's. I think Indiana would be like if you asked not. I think if you asked everyone outside of Indiana to name which states they would get rid of, I think
Yeah.
like I'd imagine at the vast majority, at least above 50%, would have Indiana in their top 10. Like
The,
Indiana's first to
the
go, I think, for most people.
yeah, that's it's probably up there. The bad thing about Indiana is it's just surrounded by cooler states, or at least cooler cities. So like Illinois has got like Chicago.
What if we took out Illinois and then we could be the cool one? What if we just started taking out the states outside of and
Yeah, yeah,
Indiana
yeah.
just expands? Indiana just conquers the other states.
Okay, okay. So let's say you're the general of Indiana. Which state are you taking out first?
I think I think you can't go for Illinois too fast, right? Like it's Illinois is too big a
Yeah,
player, I think, with like Chicago,
yeah.
and too many people are on their side. So I think you got to start small. I think you'd
Okay.
have to start with Ohio, right? Like
I
Ohio's
think
the
you have. Yeah.
because it's the one that like people are gonna. We're gonna. I hope we got to check the comments after this one if we get any views, because I think people are gonna protest. Like the vast majority of the United States is gonna protest the least. If someone's like Indiana just invaded Chicago, people are gonna be hey we can't have that.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But like Indiana invaded Cincinnati, like all right,
yeah.
like
People just be like,
sure.
okay, Midwest scuffle, whatever. Just tell us who wins. It's the same in the end.
I think next would have to be Michigan, I'd say, because I also think Kentucky's too. I don't know because I think Kentucky's too big for us to chew off as well, right? I think like
Are you assuming that we're getting more power as soon as we conquer a
yeah, like
state?
we absorb these people, right? So we end up culling a lot of the people, but like we take
Okay.
all the remainders.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
think
yeah.
we add Ohio. That's definitely enough to take Michigan. Indiana, Ohio
Mhm.
combined. The three of us
Yeah,
definitely take Kentucky, and I think from there, that coalition of states, I think we could take on Chicago at that point.
yeah. And then we just run through the rest of the Midwest.
Would you expand east or west first?
Ooh. Uh, what's more strategic? Probably East for sure. It would take less time.
See, my thought was the west. right? Because my thought is a lot of the money and the military power and all that is
Mhm,
centered on the East.
mhm.
Um, so I think that we'd run into a lot of conflict if the Midwest just. I don't think
No,
the
I
Midwest
I
has the
have I have
firepower.
trust. I have trust in the Midwest National Guard. We're good. We're
Actually,
taking
would you go
over.
east, west, or south? That's the question, I guess. Or north if you really want to give uh, Ontario a run
Canada.
for their money.
Actually, yeah, yeah. Let's take out Canada real quick.
Real quick. Yeah, all
Yeah,
whatever thousands,
not
hundreds of thousands of square miles that
it's
is.
it's fine. It's fine.
Do you
They
think
can.
Canada adds to our power? I think Canada might be stretching ourselves too thin. I think it might not add enough to be worth it.
It would give us the border. It would give us the northern border.
Oh, true.
Ease of
True.
transport.
From there we take Maine. Get a little piece of Washington.
Yeah, dude, we're set. I'm ready to do this. What are we doing now?
All right. So once Indiana takes over North America,
Okay,
do you think we expand into South? See, my
we go
issue is I
south.
think you think we take South America before we start moving into other continents?
Yeah, absolutely. Secure this side of the world.
I mean, surely Argentina's got to be first, right? Or wait,
I
no,
would
not
think so.
Argentina. What is it? I'm so bad at geography. What's the long one? Chile, right? Chile, the
Chile.
long one.
Yeah, yeah,
Take that entire coast.
yeah.
Europe or Asia first?
Europe.
I think Asia's too hard for us to deal with.
Yeah, I think we take Europe, and then we do. We essentially D-Day Europe again,
We stay there this time.
except for the bad guys.
Um, take out Europe. Let me not use the words take out. We take Europe. We annex Europe. Um,
Mm, we occupy. No, too far.
we've got a good plan of maneuver.
And then, real question: how far do we? So, do we go Europe and then Africa, or do we go Europe into China?
I think we go Europe into China. I think,
I agree.
well, Europe into Russia. Do we go Europe into Russia or Europe into the Middle East?
Yeah, we'll do Russia. We just have to make sure it's summertime to
No,
make it
I don't
fast.
think any. I don't think that's a problem. I think we can invade during the winter. That
Yeah,
surely
you're
won't
right.
cause a
You're
problem.
right. Yeah, we'll hit them by surprise. They won't see it coming.
We'll be the
They're
18th. We'll be the 18th try. 18th try is the sweet spot.
Somebody will successfully do it. How many have there been? I know there's been at least two that I can remember.
I think there were like how many invasions of Russia during winter time?
Winter.
Um, well, there were Mongol. I mean, there have been successful ones.
Oh, oh, so we have a
The
chance.
the Mongols were successful. Polish and Swedish forces were successful in the 17th century. Um, yeah, so the unsuccessful ones were Napoleon and Germany,
Hmm,
obviously.
hmm.
Um, yeah, I think we've got a good plan.
Yeah,
You wanna
I
you want
think I
another
think we
another
give. I think instead of horses, we give everybody motorcycles or dirt bikes.
or mopeds because we'll be in Europe, so we'll have plenty of those.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Once we invade Europe, we'll have a good moped supply.
Well, scooters. You want another fun question?
Hmm.
I got a few. We can more rapid fire these if you want.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Do you like winning or hate losing more? I think I have an answer for you.
Hate losing. Is that what you thought?
Um, yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah,
I'd imagine most people are hate losing more, right? I think there's
yeah.
few people surely that like winning but don't really mind losing. But like I'm the same way. It's like I'm okay with coming second or third as long as I'm not
Hmm.
last. Or like coming last is
Yeah,
so much worse than the pride of coming first.
yeah. I don't know. I as someone that used to be competitive in things, I never really cared if I was first. as much as I hated if I like first like I never had as much. My emotions weren't as high when I won. They were definitely very high when I lost.
Yeah. Being the best doesn't feel as good as not being the worst. Like
Yeah.
being the worst is the worst. That's for sure. Um, would you rather? Okay, let's say for the next, say you live for the next 70 years. Right?
Hmm.
Would you rather be stuck in a loop and live the best 2 years of your life on repeat, like a Groundhog Day,
Hmm.
or those 2 years, like you essentially were in a coma for the two, and you lose everything that you had built up, and those 2 years, and you live out the
So
rest of your life?
would I rather be happy forever or accidentally sleep through 2 years?
Yes. Well, would you be
Okay.
happy forever? That's the question, though, right? Because you're stuck in this 2 year span for you're stuck in 35 cycles of the same 2 years,
Yeah.
right? Like, would you not get bored
I
after
don't know.
like the eighth?
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not.
Which one would you rather? Live the best 2 years then?
So how does that work? Do you like keep so like over the course of the 2 years, do you get to keep your same skill set? Do you like learn anything from those 2 years before you restart, or is it just like an
Mentally,
automatic
I'd say
restart?
mentally you keep everything. But physically, like
Okay. Oh,
if you learn how to do a skill, like if you
yeah.
you might know the knowledge of it, but you won't have the calluses, the muscle memory, any of that.
Okay. We'll go 2 year coma.
You know what? I'd probably do the same.
Yeah. 'Cause, like if I could like cheat it and just basically get like really good at something, and then like if I get hurt, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. 2 year coma for sure.
Would you would you get uploaded if you had the option to be uploaded to a simulation of the best life possible? Like the best life. It's not just a constant grip of morphine or whatever. But like it's the best
Mhm.
life. You have the best family relations, career success, anything you want to do. But you know going in, it's a simulation. Would you do it?
Mm. I mean, we're already kind of in a simulation now. Full send.
You would send it?
Actually, no. I take. Um, I don't know. That's tough. That's that's the entire plot of the Matrix. I don't know.
I think
Escape the Matrix.
I think if I didn't have like loved ones, I would do it.
Uh-huh.
Or like if I no longer had like friends, family, like relationship, like I would
Yeah.
do it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think
I think if I was at a yeah, like what you're saying, if I had like a if I was at the lowest point in my life, absolutely full send. Make me happy again. Give me that happy button.
that was all I had for hypotheticals. The rest are all other deeper questions.
Other
Um,
deep big brain.
let's say I'm just gonna start making stuff up. Let's say you have 1 year to make $1 million.
Okay.
Plan, go.
So whole.
Sell whole.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna make 1 million doing that?
Enough OnlyFans models have done it. Why can't I?
I think most people who sell whole in history have just done it for bread on the table. I don't think you're getting a life of luxury off of that.
So whole. That's my answer. No. Uh. What would I do? $1 million. Have a rich dad. Uh. What would I do?
I mean, honestly, marrying into it is probably the highest rate of success, right? Or like finding
Yeah.
a benefactor, right? Like that's probably your best bet to find like
I've got 1 year.
yeah, like you either have to marry into it, you have to find some old guy and like befriend him.
Ooh. No. Yeah. I'm gonna marry somebody on their deathbed. Yeah.
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 Um, what I'm literally just making stuff off the top of my head now.
Okay.
Um, what's the first federal holiday to go? Get rid of it.
Take a look at the federal holidays. we get rid of Flag Day?
Flag Day just about respecting the flag,
I don't know.
or is it about respecting other people's flags?
What are the federal holidays? What are New Year's, birthday of Martin Luther King Jr., Washington's birthday, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, Veterans Day. Oh, Flag Day. I think that's a Canadian thing.
Boxing Day.
Oh yes. Um, let's just get rid of again. It's either gonna be Labor Day or Columbus Day.
Isn't Columbus Day already gone? Indigenous
It's
People
still
Day.
there. Oh yeah, actually, we'll just get rid of Labor Day. Whatever. People need to work more.
People need to work.
What about you? What would you pick?
Um, thing is, I like Labor Day Memorial Day. Veterans Day is typically.
Yeah.
Well, I guess people get Veterans Day off on the
Yeah.
outside. Okay.
Yeah. Some people.
Um, what day? What federal holidays do people not usually get off? That's the question. Guess it'd be like Columbus Day slash Indigenous Peoples Day, right? Because like that was the day you used to get off in like school, but
So New Year's Day, a lot of people get off. Martin Luther King Jr., you get off.
yeah.
President's Day, you typically don't get off.
Say President's Day.
Yeah. It's George
Tyrants.
Washington's birthday. How dare you?
Um, right. I'm gonna give you one more hypothetical. I just made it.
Okay.
Um, you get to make 3 new commandments that people have
Okay.
to follow. What are they?
3 new commandments.
Yes.
Tithing. Who's following this? Who?
Everyone.
Everyone.
New World Order.
1% income tithe to Luke Lucian.
Thou shalt pay Luke Lucian what? Income.
Yes.
Okay.
So that gives me all the money I could ever need. Uh, thou shalt construct 5-lane highways minimum everywhere.
Why not just like thou shalt construct lane for Luke only?
No, because I still like driving. I still like the chaos.
See, I hate driving. I
Yeah.
thou shalt make Sky Road for Dave would be one of my.
Thou shalt ask very nicely of scientists to make teleportation device.
Have we discussed teleportation?
Probably to some degree. It's the
How
best superpower.
yeah, but like teleportation as like I think what I mean it is the best
Oh,
superpower.
oh yeah,
We've had a
yeah, yeah.
discussion.
Like if it like it create yeah. How do you describe it? It was like taking all of your cells and copying them and pasting it somewhere else.
Yeah, and
That one,
deleting your current one.
deleting your current one. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Whatever.
Would you do it?
Yeah, why not?
It's
What would
you.
change?
I
Would
mean,
anything change?
you'd be killing yourself.
That's fine. Whatever. I would know that.
Yeah, you'd be dead. You'd be
I wouldn't know
dead.
that.
You as you
I
are
wouldn't
would be
know that.
dead.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that. Next me moves on.
Yeah, well, that's all I really had. Teleportation,
Let's,
giving Luke money, and roads.
let's see. Oh, let's see what ChatGPT can cook up for me. Theoretical questions.
Yeah, we're really just firing from the hip this podcast.
Yeah, we are. Da-da-ba-da.
We'll get a good. I think I calculated out because this will be 47, 48, 49, 50. So 50, well, 49, 48, we should be able to. 50 for sure. We can get a in-person podcast. We need to think of something fun for our viewers, for our
Something
10 viewers.
fun and exciting.
I guess we can drink.
We could. I could bring it back. I'd have to go buy alcohol. I don't have. If you could be a CEO of any company, what company would you choose?
I mean, is this assuming I have to do the job, or is it assuming I can just take the money? Because if I can just take the money, then I'm
Yes,
just gonna.
you have to do the job to some degree.
Um, well, it wouldn't be like Amazon or Google. I'm too dumb for Google. I don't know
Yeah.
tech. I am. I can't do Amazon. It's just boring. Um, let me look at a list of the Fortune 500 companies.
Oh hell yeah. This is a Google off. I love this.
Uh, yeah, this is real. This is real high effort podcasting. This is what the people are here to see. Fortune
We're
500.
basically streamers already.
Oh, United Health. No.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a
I'd
good
say,
one. I think you should sign up for that one.
yeah. I think I heard they're hiring.
Yeah.
Um, what is StoneX? Uh, I'm not a Disney guy. I'm not like a Disney adult, so it wouldn't be that. But that was like the first funnish one that's been
Yeah.
here. Lowe's. Wow.
Those
If you
would be
choose
cool. Yeah.
Lowe's, if you choose Lowe's, I don't really want to talk to you. Oh, Lockheed Martin. Um,
Oh,
totally kidding for anyone
congratulations.
who's listening. I'm
I'm
trying
a
to
Palantir guy myself.
Palantir. I'm trying to find like like what would be like a fun one? Do you think?
The first thing that came to my mind, and it's not even a real company, but I was just going to be like, yeah, whatever company Bruce Wayne has, Wayne Enterprises.
Oh, just fictional company where he can just sleep all day. Or isn't that all
Yeah.
he does? He just sleeps all day, and like other people run the company.
Yeah, he goes to the board meetings and just sleeps.
Um, maybe like a car company. Maybe like Toyota,
That'd be cool.
and then I just take cars.
Yeah.
But then I'd have to do the
See,
work. Hmm.
what CEO? What CEO seemed the laziest to me? Like notoriously lazy CEOs.
Uh, Notoriously lazy
Mm,
CEOs. Let's see if that pulls anything up. Lazy CEOs. I mean, I'd feel like a CEO generally. Um,
who's to say?
it's all going to be people that are saying you should be lazy. Like people like Bill Gates and stuff that say that.
No.
Mm. And none of these are super. It might have to be out of the 45. It might have to be Disney. That's probably the only one that's like, I guess, somewhat fun.
There's a high turnover rate in Disney, so just be careful. Your job is not safe forever.
I get a golden parachute. I'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be okay.
Heard there's a high turnover rate
Uh,
United at United
is
Health.
there? Wonder why. Uh, okay. Yeah, okay. ChatGPT made me terrible questions. So here's one of them from ChatGPT, and I'm going to change it up a little bit. And the theory, the hypothetical is, you get $10 million, but a random person somewhere gets mild but consistent hiccups forever. Do you take it?
Yes.
Yes.
Not even a question. Yes. If I were the one with mild to consistent hiccups, I would take $10 million for that. If it was me,
Yeah.
I'd do that.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you do it for
Um,
would you do it for 500,000? For you. You permanently
I get
have,
hiccups.
yeah.
No, because that's a level of money I could see myself getting by not having hiccups.
Like 10 million is like you don't have to work. Like
Yeah.
you're set.
I would say like my cutoff would be like 5 million because it's just like okay, yeah, I'm just God, that would be so annoying though. That would suck.
Would you
Just
I mean it's the
hiccuping all the
question
time.
it's the question of like it's what you die. It's
What?
the question of like would you how much what was it? There's like one it's like a trolley problem, but it's like one guy gets a pebble stuck in his eye or like mild irritation for all of
Yeah.
eternity. It's like just mild discomfort for all of eternity, or like someone dying, right? Because surely, like,
Hmm.
if someone has mild discomfort for all of eternity, that balances out one death. But like, how many deaths balance out eternal suffering, basically, right?
2 deaths.
2% of the population.
No,
Ohio
no,
balances it out.
gone. I asked ChatGPT to say something funnier. Let's see what it's got. Um, logic breakers. Ooh, oh, that's dumb. This is the cloning one that you asked. If you replace every part of a ship over time, is it still the same ship?
It steals ship of
Or you,
Theseus. That's what it comes up with when you think of funny
yeah,
hypotheticals.
or are you just an emotionally attached? Are you just emotionally attached to the wood? It's a great question.
If you could make one change, it can't be something like major, like oh, like curing all diseases. One change
Hmm.
to like very niche, just random change you can make to humanity that would just make it slightly
Hmm.
better. Like not
Hmm.
nothing groundbreaking. What would it be? One wish. Something kind of
Um,
unhinged.
um,
Like let's make a stipulation
okay, I
because I
got
think this
this.
is a yeah.
I got this. I got this. I got this. Um, Getting rid of interest. Interest as a concept.
See, I agree with that thought,
Yeah.
but like, wouldn't people just wouldn't like the poor just all become homeless immediately
Why?
because no one's willing to loan them money to buy anything?
No, you still have like regular payments that you have to make, and if you don't make them, you get in trouble. But there's just no interest applied to the loan.
So people are still forced to give loans, but they don't. They
Yeah.
can't charge
So
interest.
it's just like if you want to go out and buy a house right now, and okay, the house is $500,000. You pay it over 30 years instead of being tacked on there 5% interest every single year. That interest just goes away. So you just pay the price of the house.
Yeah,
The bank
that's fair.
doesn't steal your money. Yeah,
That's
bank
fair.
doesn't steal your money. Yeah, things still cost money, and you still owe them money. And if you don't pay your money, you go to jail.
Hmm. I think I would do away with. I think I would something with taxes. Right. It's like I wouldn't get rid of because like yeah, you still do need
Yeah,
like taxes for like policing and roads and stuff like that.
yeah,
But I think it would have to be like the government has to government like an independent group needs to go
yeah,
assess like the exact cost of things, like the exact
yeah,
cost of infrastructure, police, fire, like all that,
yeah, yeah.
and that exact amount is all that's allowed to be taxed. That's like it's no
Okay.
more percent, no more percent. Well, it'll still be a percent of everyone's income, but it'll be decided like after the year's up.
Yeah. If it was a tax thing, kind of going down that rabbit hole, I would incorporate just a flat tax. I would incorporate a flat tax off of. I would get rid of income tax, and I would tax uh business. I don't know either. Well, I don't know. How would you do that? Just somehow, some way, taxing people's assets. Nothing crazy, like 5% for everybody.
Maybe. Well, we're not talking. I think I'd drop property tax, things like that. That stuff goes.
Okay.
That stuff's got to go. But
Yeah. Oh, property tax sucks. Yeah. Oh, congratulations, you paid off your house. Pay me pay me a rent
for
payment.
forever, for the rest of your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Boo. Yeah, get rid of that. Eh. Okay, I think I found a good one here. Um, I thought I did. Personal question. At what age were you the most confident and the most wrong?
Um, it's a good question. That's a good question, not because I don't know. It's because there's so many ages at which I was that like I have to narrow it down. Or because I think for you this is a harder question. For you
It
this is an
is. It
easier.
is.
Yeah, like for me it's like I have to narrow it down. I think because I was already I want to say I was more chill by the time like COVID passed, right? Like by the time I was like 21, I think like I was more chill and it wasn't like a total asshole. So it'd have to be
Mhm.
before COVID. Um, somewhere between it'd have to be 2019, 2020, so 19 or 20, I
Yeah.
think. Like right
Yeah.
around like elections and stuff, like guns and
Yeah.
politics. When I used to have the
Oh,
arguments with youth in them, that'd have to be
yeah.
my biggest.
Yeah. I would say probably 18 for me, just because I had a lot of things going for me, and I didn't realize how lucky I was. And so I just felt like I was unstoppable. I felt like my brain was incapable of doing wrong.
And you moved in with me, and then you realize, like, this guy is full of it. He thinks he knows
Yeah, this
everything. Oh, wait.
guy's dang,
You gotta look in the mirror.
dang. This used to be me. This is what I used to look like.
That's why I think I said this. I'm like, I have a lot of, I won't say sympathy, but like I have a lot of understanding for like the people who do still like even the people who are older now and like have
Mhm,
such strong political takes and like believe all this stuff that I think is wrong now. But I'm like,
mhm,
I get it. It's like it's so easy to do that. I think that's just human
mhm.
nature to believe you're right,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So like, I don't know. I want to sympathize, but like it's it's like the thing where it's like you hate the thing, you hate people that remind you of you kind of thing. Or, like it's like
mhm,
I can't help but despise it because I know how much I hated it in myself. Even
yeah,
though I get it, right? I get it to a certain
yeah,
extent.
yeah. You get where it came from. You understand. You're glad you're past it now, and you wish everybody else was as enlightened as
Yeah.
you.
Oh,
I could say now. I've been wrong about
maybe
most things
if
recently.
I had a wish, this would be like a radical change, so I guess it wouldn't fit in the original constraints. But if I had like wish, one wish, it would be every time someone says something, they have a screen in front of them that pops up and says whether or
Mhm.
not they're objectively wrong, and like for everyone to truly believe that,
Yeah,
right? Like whatever answer it gives. So like it'll tell them
yeah.
like, hey, like, are you actually stupid? And then they have to believe
No.
it. They have to like, or it's like God comes down and is like to every answer. He's like, actually, and he tells them the truth. And
Actually,
I'm like, oh well,
he just fact checked you. That's so funny.
actually, for everything.
Or actually, uh,
You have anything else? Which one is fair from the hip at this point? But,
I like firing from the hip. This is fun. I'm having a good time. Ooh. Yeah, we can be done.
well,
We gotta. I'm gonna go eat dinner. I'm
yeah,
hungry.
we both got to go eat, but we've got to. It's fine. We need. I think we need a few fire and forget episodes here or there. We had a few of those.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
still fun. We got a few
There's
off.
there's there's a lot of there's a lot of bad in the world, so it's good to take our minds off of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We only talked about like current bad things for like 5 minutes maybe today.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
And
mostly
then we went straight into how can we take over the world?
yeah. I mean, like us doing it. That's one thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah. We're better. We're best. Elect us.
elect us
It's so funny.
next.
Neither of us can run for political office.
See, I think that.
Giving away our right to run for political office willingly.
Do you think that they'd ever change that?
What?
Like,
Change what?
do you think would you ever change the age of like eligibility for political office? It's 35 for president, right? I don't know if it's lower
It's
for
35 for president. I think it's younger for local congressman.
because I think truly, I think anyone under like I think if you're under 25, you probably like honestly, this includes me.
Mhm.
I don't know. I maybe I'm being full of myself when I say it doesn't. But like
Yeah,
I think if you're like under 25, you truly just have not had enough life experience, right? You go to college,
yeah,
you need 3 to 5 years of like real world
yeah,
experience to have any level of backing, I think, to what you're saying. But
yeah. You need to trudge through the bullshit for a couple of years and have it form you.
I'd put a 30-year-old in office, like as president. I think 30 I'd go down to. I don't know if I'd go down to like late 20s.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with president being 35. That's fine. We don't even get close to those numbers anyways. So
We already talked about the age. What's the cutoff
yeah,
again? We decided on. I think
for
the cutoff
age,
is now. I think the cutoff is now like I don't. I think it's no older than 50.
I'm gonna be a little bit nicer. I'm gonna say what's the age where you can start drawing from Medicare? I think it's 65.
64, right?
Yeah,
65.
64 and a half
You
or
think it's
something like
that
that.
old?
What? For what?
Because here's my stance, right? Is that once you're that old, you no longer have one. You're like too detached from the vast majority of Americans and people already. Like you've you already have lived past every phase of life all those people have.
Yeah.
But two, like you are, I think one that, two, mental decline, three, like
Yeah.
I don't
65.
know.
I would say, yeah. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna say, yeah, it's gonna be 65 because it's like, yes, you've gone through a lot of phases, but you also just started a new phase potentially and having grandchildren.
What's is that that's the cutoff? You have to have grandchildren before you can be
Yes.
president.
Yes, you gotta have grandchildren. Um, yeah, because that gives you a little bit of hope for the future to some degree. You gotta get them while they're young, though. They can't be like bratty teenagers.
Yeah, I think you have to have some level of connection. Right? You need to be like
Yeah,
you need to be held hostage in some way for what you're doing to the next generation.
yeah. So we're saying 35 to 65. That's my cutoff.
I'd probably say 35 to 50, maybe even 45. You get 10 good years. You get 10 good years in you. After that, too old.
You swung completely the opposite way. We got a man in office that's 80 years old right now.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm swinging this this far in the other direction
You'd be
at this point.
swinging.
You got anything else? Wrap up this ramble, Seth?
No, that's it. That's all for me.
Well, sure no one is listening at this point.
No,
Um,
everybody listens. Everybody always watches our videos from beginning to end. They have to.
well,
Our amazing personalities.
if you have, or if you're from Ohio or any of the other 12 states we said we would take over, please leave a comment and let us know. Um, let us know what state you would take over
Yeah,
if
and,
you
and
were
maybe give us like a good argument on why not to destroy your state. We'll think about it.
from Delaware, though. You're probably not. Your argument's not making it. I forget Delaware's a thing. So
We didn't even pick Delaware.
yeah, but I'm just saying Delaware is not even relevant enough for us to.
That's
Delaware
true.
can be its
That's
own
true.
state. You will be excluded from the new world order of David Luke.
Yeah, yeah. You're Switzerland. People just forget about you.
Well, thank you everyone for listening. You're still mad here.
Woo.
Yeah, well, we should be actually. We'll probably have one more remote podcast, but from here on out, should have a few in persons coming up soon.
Yeah,
So
and then Japan pod,
Panpod
pho-
possibly. Yeah,
phone pod.
that'll be
We'll
the
just get.
most garbage audio quality, but it'll be fun. So
We just gotta go to the 7-Eleven. They probably have bikes there. Yeah, like little portable bikes that we can walk around.
yeah, we'll figure something out for you guys.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
Alrighty.
right. Well, thank you for listening.
Yep. See you guys next time.